Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Life Like Bunny. I am Bunny, the life that is motherfucking off. I've got another video for you guys. If you've not read the title, today's video is me talking about how I believe that Africa should fucking ditch the concept of countries, maybe even ditch the fucking concept of being Africa and go back to being kingdoms. Because I believe being kingdoms makes you such a more stronger and a more lively, stronger, economical, whatever. It makes you a better community of people when you're a kingdom, okay? And I believe that then white people disorganized and the first thing they got rid of was kingdom because they realized how much power was in African motherfucking kingdoms, guys. Okay? Because this whole democracy bullshit is them trying to mimic African kingdom, but they literally don't know how to do it because it's not in their genetics to be equal. They don't know what it's like to do things on equity and not fucking exploitation. But African kingdoms were literally set up for equity. They were set up to balance things out. I can speak for myself. Buganda kingdom, when you actually bring it down to the T without the fucking colonial bullshit that fucked us up, the kingdom was set up to make sure equity is the main important thing down the motherfucking lineage. To a point where the king, to us, the king's successor is not just their motherfucking firstborn child, son bullshit. The king's successor is amongst the plethora of children the king has, because you all know men are fucking womanizers and they're gonna fuck everybody. And in my kingdom, all the women are the king's wives, which means all the children are the king's children, which means pretty much everybody has a right to the motherfucking crown. If the king has called you his wife, you have kids, those are the king's children. And the katikilo, which is the, what's it called? Oh, what's the word? In the UK you call it the cabinet, but in Uganda you call it the katikilo. They literally, amongst all the king's children, will choose who is the best one to succeed the king. Mainly has nothing to do with the fucking king in the first place. People are choosing what's best for the motherfucking community, not who's got born first, who popped out of the motherfucking vagina first. And I think white people got rid of this system because they saw how much power and how much belief and how much society was being created and strengthened through African fucking kingdoms. Because even up to now, my kingdom is still awake and well and is still influencing motherfucking politics in Uganda right now. That should speak to the power of kingdoms. Another thing that should speak to the power of kingdom is the fact that they had to get rid of them real fast, almost as if they know, that these kingdoms is how African people power structures work effectively for them. I think we need to go back to motherfucking kingdoms. Imagine how hard it would be to colonize us when the entirety of Africa is just little mini cities, little mini kingdoms. They try to teach us the fact that, oh, kingdoms made it that you're different. This kingdom was fighting the other kingdom, so they use our differences against us. But that is a lie that they're feeding us. Us being part of different kingdoms never made us weak, because we've always been part of different motherfucking kingdoms. We've always been like that. So that didn't make us weak. They didn't show up and suddenly we couldn't live together. We always were like that. We always had infighting, but at the end of the day, our kingdom still coexisted. But the fact that they got rid of kingdoms is what actually made it easy for them to colonize us. They got rid of people's rights to have kingdoms and prioritized one kingdom over the other and created infighting bullshit. It wasn't the kingdoms that were the issue. It's the foreign person that came and manipulated us against each other using legalese. So yeah, we need to go back to kingdoms. Honestly, that needs to be like a proper thing that we advocate for as Africans. Go back to kingdoms. Obuganda Bulange. And it's not that I want kings, because motherfuckers, I don't care about no motherfucking king. I don't, but I care about my tradition, I care about my religion, I care about being a Muganda, and being a Muganda tells me I thrive when the king thrives. And I'm not talking about this white people king bullshit where your king gives you nothing. I'm talking about the king is my spirits, this my gods. They're supposed to be awake. Once you get rid of that motherfucker, you get rid of who I get to worship. And that's why African people were now the only gods we have is the Christian gods, because they got rid of our gods, they got rid of our kings, they got rid of our kingdoms, they got rid of our religion. African religion is intertwined with kingdoms. Okay, we cannot practice African spirituality without the kingdoms. They're literally intertwined, they go hand in hand. You need to bring back the kingdoms so that African spirituality can come back. Because we directly worship that shit. And that's how you bring back stability to Africa. And I cringe and I hate saying Africa because all I know is Buganda. That's what I know that is truly actually true. Everything else is bullshit. Even when you get a kati, when manyiruka, manyiruganda, Uganda, manyiru when ulimi uradala. To me, they are fake, eh? And I'm not saying that your language is fake, eh? But I'm trying to tell you, this is how Buganda I am. That is the only thing that is true to me. Like, yes, I will hear you speak another language and I understand that is your language. But at the end of the day, if I'm speaking English, to me that is almost like a game I'm playing. It's no reality. Let's go back to kingdoms. I beg you people. Today tulabe. Because I feel like being countries, Burkina Faso, Kenya, Tunisia, South Africa, that's us copying white people. And we're not going to win their game, we are copying them. In Uganda there's a saying of, you break your back on copied dance moves, okay? Amazina amagope garumya omugongo. Amazina amagope, yeah. Amazina amagope garumya omugongo. Once you copy other people's dance moves, it's gonna break your back, okay? Us calling ourselves African and saying we are from different countries and they're trying to copy capitalism and the patriarchy, that is breaking our motherfucking backs. That is not true to us. What's true to us is kingdoms and we need the motherfuckers back. Yeah, Sticky Bunny direct motherfucking court. If you disagree with me, scroll. That's it for today's video. Do not forget to like it. Comment your thoughts down below. What do you think? Do you also believe that Africa should go back to kingdoms? Because I believe that was the only true way that things were meant to and should function for African nations. Ooh. Share the video with whoever you find useful. Like I said, eat pussy, suck dick, and everything in between. Follow me everywhere. Bye bye. You're the sun that shines in my pussy, 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 in my pussy. She says, please, please, don't prove them right. Don't bring me to tears when I've just done my makeup, you motherfucker. I don't know why God pop that. That's why God pop I knew was Taylor Swift, but that guy is problematic. Anyway, guys, welcome to my channel.